Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload, and today it's an Into the Void battle between Pillas and aPop here on Backwater, the latter edition. In the top left-hand corner of the map, we've got the red Zerg player. His name is Pillas, or Pias, or I don't know. Let's go with Pillas. And in the bottom right-hand corner, his opponent, the blue Zerg player, aPop, representing Grandma. That's amazing. That's a really good tag. Grandma tag. Wonderful. All right, so a mirror matchup here in Into the Void, and we'll get many views here, unfortunately. Mirror matchups for Into the Void are very, very interesting because nobody knows quite what to do. The ZVZ is not going to evolve into Baneling versus Ling or Roach battles. I'm pretty darn sure about that, but I could be wrong. Into the Void is my weekly examination of Bronze and Silver League level gameplay. If you would like to get a replay of yours cast by me in this feature, go ahead and send it to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Into the Void. And I will go ahead and send those to my screeners. The best ones will be chosen for their entertainment and education value, and then they will come back around. This is feeling more silvery than bronze to me today, which is alright. Silver players deserve to be cast as well. aPop's pool is already done, and not even started for Pillas yet. Yikes. I don't know about this. So pool into an extractor into a hatchery for aPop, whereas the hatch for Pillas is before his spawning pool, which he is going for. So basic build order knowledge is present in the first couple of minutes of this game, and that's the easy part, right? If you can read a build order, if you can follow directions, you can do this. You can open up no problem against anybody in the world. It's where you have to attack, where you have to scout and continue to macro back home and continue to tech up a back home that things start to go bad for these players. So we'll see where it goes bad, because I feel like it's going to here. All right, aPop's going for some lings. He is not sending any across the map. He's playing defensively here. Both players are still Overlord scouting, although Pillas is using his for entirely defensive scouting purposes. But this is not bad location placement. He's doing pretty well to see early ling incoming attacks, but really there's no reason to be afraid, Pillas. Send your Overlord way across here and put it out in the front of the natural base of aPop. You'll be able to see the lings move out, banelings, roaches, whatever it may be, before they're even close to getting to your base. So you can pop out an army, throw down a spine crawler, do whatever you need to do. And there's nothing that can stop you. There's really no early anti-air for Zerg that can go out off the creep. Queens, yes. Spore crawlers, yes. But stay out here and you'll be fine. Bit of a ling attack here from aPop. It is a 6 ling push here at about 2.5 minutes. Again, just worried. ZVZ does tend to put a little bit of PTSD into players. If you play against Zerg enough, you're going to start to experience times where you lost a game because a single Baneling wrecked 37 of your Zerglings, or you didn't see this Roach attack coming, or somebody got Burrow and you didn't have any detection, and it's just horrible. There are a lot of ways in ZVZ you can die. They call it fighting on the edge of a knife, where you can fall either way and get cut right in half at any point. Where are these queens going? Yeah, Pillas' queens went off creep there for a second and then thought better of it and said, oh, actually, we do much better on creep. As it turns out, that speed boost really, really helps. So a bunch of lings here for aPop. Do you have a Baneling Nest or a Roach Warren or anything? He does not, but he's going Lair. What is happening here? This is a very strange build. This is where things are going a little bit crazy. This is why I like to cast Into the Void. It's because crazy stuff happens you will not see anywhere else in the StarCraft 2 universe. So a ton of lings. Bit of a ling flood. It's not a crazy ling flood, but it is a good number here. And what is that? 18 Zerglings versus 4 queens. And a handful of lings. Yeah, he decides to go inside the main base where there are juicy drones to kill. Oh, he's going to try to kill, okay, some of these drones and possibly that Roach Warren. Maybe, but he split up his party. He split up his lings, and now they're all kind of just all over the place. Now they're together, but is it enough to make this thing happen? The answer is no. The Queen DPS is extremely useful here, but are there enough lings remaining for aPop to take down every one of these queens? The transfuses from Pillas. What? Transfuse is saving that queen's life. She absolutely would have died without that transfuse spell coming in from her queen buddy. Fantastic. Not a bad hold at all there. Resources lost, 22 lings lost for aPop in exchange for 4 drones, 8 lings, and a queen. I would say Pillas hold that. I would say he did extremely well holding that. He's got the Roach Warren. There is absolutely no higher tech. Is that a Spire? Oh, it's a 2-base Spire from aPop. Yes. Okay, pro tip. If you're going 2-base Spire, get 4 gas. You're not going to have enough gas to make many Mutalisks if you are just sitting on 2 extractors, and your Spire pops. Also, you need to start getting gas from this second extractor. aPop, I'd recommend you do that immediately, if at all possible. So Backwater has this gross green water stuff. Got some algae down there. Got some cattails, right? Cattails. Got some lily pads and some grass. So it's not bad. It's not too terrible. Is that some kind of a Terran contraption that seems to have sunk into the water here? Bad times. All right, so aPop is trying to get pressure with only Zerglings. This should tell Pillas something. The gas is being saved for something else. What is it? What is it? The answer is obviously going to be Mutas, but I don't think that Pillas knows that. Got some Ravagers out. Got a Roach here too. More Roaches coming on in. Gonna lose a bunch of stuff. Oh, really wants that Queen. Revenge on the Queens. Queen down. Going specifically target firing these drones. Absolutely fantastic play here by aPop. Any number of drones you can kill is good. 7 total lost. It's 24 to 22 harvesters. aPop is up, but not by much. He's really kind of stopped making workers at this point, whereas Pillas is going for 10 drones. 10 drones at once right now. That should pop him into a very, very nice lead. And aPop, again, not really working on the gas. Okay, getting 2 more extractors at the natural base, but still hasn't saturated. Oh, he has. Just now starting to saturate the second gas at his main, and his Spire's popped. He recognizes, hey, my Spire popped, but I only have enough to make 2 Mutalisks. That's not very good at all. Actually, hold on. Is he... Oh, he's larva starved too. Got to keep those injects up, man. Queen's at 65 energy, which means has not been keeping the injects up, but queuing those, which is wonderful. Good job there. That is something they added in one of the more recent balance patches of StarCraft 2 is the ability for queens, if they have a ton of energy, you can queue up injects on your hatchery. So you hit inject, you press shift, you hit inject again. Holding down shift, you hit inject again. You kind of have to wait, because if you do it just bam, 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 it doesn't work. You have to wait for the one to finish and then inject the second one. It's a little bit annoying, but anyway, it does help you for the next few minutes here. There are going to be several injects queued up, and aPop won't have to worry about it. His larva production should be pretty good. Pretty good. So Pillas is going for Roach Ravager against a player who is going Mutas. Although, there are, again, 2 of them. Any more in production? 1. Yeah, this is what happens. This is what happens when you don't drone up properly. You don't have enough mineral income. You don't have enough gas income to make this thing happen. And now he's got 600 gas, but only 100 minerals because he hasn't saturated his natural base fully. You really do want to saturate your main and your natural and all of your extractors if you're doing this 2-base Muta thing. If you don't, you're going to have a hard time having the resources required. And then the longer you wait, the more time it's possible that Pillas is able to scout what you're doing, and then you're just super sad. So Pillas has got Banelings, Roaches, Ravagers, a lot of stuff that can attack ground extremely well, but not much anti-air. How many queens does he have? He's got 5 of them. 5 of them is a pretty good number, especially if only 3 or 4 mutas show up to try to kill your stuff. He might be alright here, but Spore Crawlers are the answer. If you're dealing with mutas and ZVZ, they do bonus damage versus flying biological stuff. So that was the thing. Back in Heart of the Swarm, ZVZ devolved into Muta battles pretty much 80% of the time, I want to say the numbers were. And Blizzard hates seeing the same thing over and over and over in their matchups. If ZVZ is always Muta versus Muta, they want to change that up. So they did. So they buffed Spore Crawler to do bonus damage versus biological. And the only race that has flying biological stuff is Zerg. So it didn't affect the other matchups. It was really a very sensible and very graceful balance change that really did a lot to help the ZVZ matchup without affecting anything else. It was great. Nice job to the balance team for that one. I think David Kim was still in charge at the time. Got to give him some kudos for that. Okay, pro tip. If you have a ton of mutas, if they're sitting at home, they are utterly useless. Worthless. You got to send them out and kill stuff. Find overlords, scouting overlords, kill them. Come in. Start killing drones as well. See if you can find any queens that are off creep. Kill them. Kill a base that just went down possibly. Pillas' 3rd base is complete as aPop's finishes here too. But if they're just hanging out anywhere, hanging up back home is bad enough. But hanging out up here, hanging out in the bottom left-hand corner, just terrible. You got to move them around. Scout. Force your opponent to react. Do not lose them. Do not engage directly into 4 or 5 queens and Spore Crawlers and lose them all, because that is even worse. But you got to be active with them. You got to stay out of danger, and they will be much, much more effective. It is one of the more hard units to control. One of the harder units to control at the lower levels, just because they are so squishy, but they're fast and they hit hard and they regenerate health quickly when they're out of combat. And all of these things make them great harassment units, but again, it just takes incredible control to do it. Infestation Pit down for Pillas, actually. Pillas might actually do this thing. Okay, double Spore Queen, and yeah, stay out of range of that. Get the Infestation Pit. That's pretty nice. That's a nice pick off. Ooh, getting Grooved Spine. What the? Oh, Hydra upgrade. That's right. This is 4.1.4. So the Hydra range upgrade is coming in. +1 attack 2 for Pillas. He's got Hydras. He's getting a Lurker's End 2. Muta's trying to finish off these queens. These creep queens are going to die. All right. That's pretty nice. Free queen down here. Overlord. Another pretty darn juicy target. Pulling back. Nope. Swinging back around. This queen does actually want to die. Yeah, it's a bad feel. That is, in fact, a bad feel. So the Mutas, again, choosing not to directly engage unless they can absolutely overwhelmingly win the battle. Another queen goes down. How many queens have died? 7 queens have died, and there are 2 remaining for Pillas. And trying to do this, the Hydras, though, are really what you need to be worried about right now. Hydra damage is insane, but only 1 Hydra and a queen here at this third base. More Hydras coming from the natural base, though, and trying to get a bit of a surround. The Mutas aside, yes, not a great place for us. We're going to pull out. Pull on back, and I don't know that your Ling support, oh, Muta support, just going for all the Mutas. Here's aPop. There's that tissue regeneration. Regenerate life faster than most Zerg units. Overseer down. Yeah, Pillas has no idea what's going on the other side of the map. He is completely in the dark, which is horrible. Mutas continuing to fly around and just be annoying. 15 Mutas in the sky right now. Pillas trying to get more Ravagers. I don't think Ravagers is what you want, man. I really don't. Third base is completely devoid of drones, but that just means the Mutas can take down the hatch without having to worry about anything else. And I think they're going to get it. The army can't come around this way. Wow, third base down. Pillas' response to this masked Muta play is not working out. Not working out for him at all. The answer is going to be Spores, Hydras, Queens. If you're not making these things, you're doing terribly. Pillas is a little bit gas-starved, though. Plus, his natural base has effectively no mining going on. Baneling Nest getting target fired. Oh, is it the counterattack? Yes, Pillas says, I can't engage. I can't defend my stuff, but you know what? I bet he doesn't have anything back home, and you're right. aPop has nothing back home. His third base is going to die. Muta's finding this group of drones. Dude, at least go by the Spore Crawler's drones. Don't just be perfect targets. Oh, man. Just out in the middle of Nowheresville. Spores attacking here. Oh, this is a lot of Spore, actually. I don't know if you want to engage here, aPop, but the Red Army for Pillas. Attack move. Attack and move. Were they regular moving? They might have been regular moving. The Mutas are going after the Spore Crawlers, which you don't generally recommend, but you know what? I guess you got it. 15 of them. Of the Mutas have died. There are still 12 remaining here, but the Roach Hydra Ravager army is right at the natural base of aPop. He's going to take that thing down. Sneaky base by Pillas in the top section of the map right now. Drones in the natural base for aPop, just getting massacred as you do. Well, there's nothing to defend you. aPop's working on 6 more Mutalisks. He's going to lose his Spires soon, so it's good that he's spending his money on Mutas. That seems like the best thing to do. And they do manage to escape with their lives as hatching from this main base. The Lair is under attack too. This is turning into a bit of an insane battle between these 2 players. And the Lair falls. The Lair falls for Pillas. He's going to lose his natural base too. There's absolutely nothing stopping this, but there's nothing stopping Pillas from wrecking everything that's in aPop's base as well. Some drones might actually escape here for aPop, and they do. But the Spire's gone. Baneling Nest going to die. Extractor spawning pool. Pillas is going to have to restart everything that he's doing, but so is aPop, who's double expanding the top right here. A couple hatcheries coming up. He has enough money to do it. He still has 900 minerals in the bank, which is kind of one of the good things about not spending your money efficiently, which is going to lose you games more often than not. But sometimes in these base race scenarios, it means that you are able to do this. Replant hatches everywhere. Pillas tried to expand in the bottom here, but there's an Overlord scouting, and aPop came with his Mutas and took it down. Didn't even get the cancel off. Pillas needed that cancel. If you cancel a building under construction, you get a bit of a refund, and Pillas is down to 100 minerals, so I feel like he could use that refund. All right, he's got 8 drones. I don't know where some of them are, because they're not mining at the one mining base that he has. Oh, here they are. They're running. They're running for their lives. Pillas is taking the third base of aPop. And where the heck? Did he walk these Spore Crawlers down? Oh, I bet he built them. I bet he built them down here. He had a bunch more drones. I was wondering what happened to them. It feels like, yeah, he built them here at this third base location. So we are just kind of trading positions a little bit here. What's left in the main for Pillas? He should have built a few more Spores in here while those Mutas were gone, but there are so many of them, and they have +1 attack. So major props to aPop for getting that +1 attack too. It just helps for Mutas because their Glaive Worm attack bounces from target to target. Well, if the targets are close enough together, I guess. Oh, a couple more drones from Pillas running for their little Zergy lives. They do manage to get out. Well, that's pretty amazing. Roaches for Pillas hanging out, not doing much at all. I mean, you've got to be active, man. You've got to be active. You have to know where the bases of your opponent are. Yeah, Pillas doesn't know where these are. And aPop doesn't know where this is. Oh, aPop knows about this one. He knows about this one, but he also knows about the spores. Perhaps he's not super interested in going down there. Mutalisks taking out Overlords, trying to supply block Pillas, but it's not actually happening yet. We might get there. Might get there with the supply block. Drones for Pillas being made at this top base, but not mining there. He knows that aPop knows that it's here now because he threw an Overlord. So he preemptively evacuated the drones. Nicely done. Gonna lose this hatch is Pillas, but he's down to one base. He just made a whole ton of Hydras. Did he just make those, or did he have those the whole time? Might have had those the whole time. Actually, Infestor here for Pillas. The whole army is just kind of hanging out in the corner of aPop's base. I mean, at least be defending. If you're not attacking, defend. Don't just hang out in Nowheresville. You also really got to kill these creep tumors. These creep tumors are telling aPop exactly where your army is. So let's take a look. We've got 10 Hydras and an Infestor versus 18 Mutas. I think in a straight-up fight, the Mutas win that thing, even with Fungal. Oh, some Infested Terrans would be beautiful for Pillas, though. That damage they do against air targets is insane. It's like 14 damage a shot, and it's fast. And it's absolutely very fast. Yeah. Replacing his spawning pool is Pillas a little bit late, but again, it's Into the Void. It's a silver level game. We know basics, but execution can be difficult. Yeah, same thing. This detection. The detection by the creep tumors is kind of the MVP right now. aPop knows exactly where Pillas' army is and vice versa because of creep on other sides of the map. So aPop on two bases. He's got himself 21 drones. He's replanting his lair. I assume he wants to keep making mutas just because he's pretty enamored with them. This is a very, very mass muta ZVZ, which we haven't seen for a long time, again, because of spores. And because of fungal, and because of hiders, and because of infested Terrans. Can Pillas pull all of that off, though, is the question, right? Whereas a pro can handle mass muta pretty easily, these players at silver level are going to struggle a little bit. So spores, there we go. 4 spores, man, that's a lot of damage. A couple mutas dying very quickly. Roach army trying to get up here and get rid of this lair. No, Roaches, you're useless. No, you're useless down here. Are you just on a... Is everything... I don't know if everyone's on a hotkey here. Mutas trying to get that out. Oh, they got the Infestor. Nice target firing by aPop. Taking out that Infestor. All right, dude, look. Look, if the Mutas are going to fly around and harass your base, send the Roaches and Ravagers up to kill this base. Force the Mutas to respond to you. Do not be the one on the defensive this entire time, or it's going to go, again, super duper badly for you. Whew. All right, Red Zerg player. Let's see how this thing works out. aPop going for a 3rd hatchery, whereas Pillas is still sitting on 1. Replacing the Spire is aPop. Yep, that's what I figured. What I figured he'd do. I mean, at this point, 21 drones. Maybe start your gases up again. I think your drone income, your mineral income is enough to sustain additional growth. Mutas trying to kill some of these Overlords that are a little bit out of position too. Does supply block Pillas at 78 out of 70 total supply. Mutas zooming around. Again, the spores are just major problems. 1 kill, 0 kills. Ooh, I don't know about going in there. Okay, losing another Muta. Another one. Oh, yes, another one. Good golly, 23 Mutas have gone down. Resources lost. Going to be 12,000 for Pillas and 12,000 for aPop. So pretty darn close ZVZ for you today. Pretty darn close indeed. Additional spores coming in for Pillas. I would almost say this is overkill, but I mean, aPop has 10 mutas, and he's going to make a whole lot more as soon as he can. So, yeah, I don't think overmaking spore crawlers is entirely possible here, but maybe it is. Pillas needs to expand, is the problem. He doesn't feel like he can because the mutas have map control, but the mutas doing a pretty good job staying angry and staying harassing and staying all over Pillas' stuff. Oh, detection? Oh, detection. I was going to say, spore crawler pops detection on one of those spore crawlers. Dude, you need a lair. You need a lair so bad, dude. So bad. You know about this base? No. Or this base? No. Or this base? No. He doesn't know about any of the bases that aPop has. Do you really? Okay. You got to get out there, man. You got to get out there and at least know. Scouting is really important. There's your lair. Okay, that's good. Killing some tumors. That is always, I don't know, there's something therapeutic about killing creep tumors. I don't know what it is. I think it might date back. Dates back to the caveman days when picking lice was a very beneficial skill. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe just disregard that. All right, so aPop is throwing up another hatchery, morphing up another one in the bottom left-hand corner. aPop, he can't really break this, but at the same time, Pillas is not being very aggressive at all. Oh, the Mutas handle this, maybe. I mean, they do have +1 attack. They've got range. They don't have the movement. No, they don't have muscular augments. They don't have the movement speed off creep boost. But on creep, they're pretty great. Pretty darn great. All right, so this layer is going to pop for Pillas. He needs it to clear out these creep tumors. I mean, does he need to clear out the creep tumors? Sure, but he also really needs to scout. But a lot of Lings and Banelings here. Banelings fantastic against Hydralisks. I mean, maybe not as good as they used to be back when Hydras had 80 HP, but now that they have 90, maybe it's less impressive. Don't know. Another Hydralisk then for Pillas. He's replacing that right now, but there's just too much blue. There's just too much of the blue, Captain. So I think we're going to see a big Ling, Baneling, Muta coordinated attack against aPop's stuff, and I just don't know that there's enough for Pillas to hold here. He's down 89 to 72 supply. He's getting doubled up on worker count, and any more workers from Pillas would be overkill anyway because he's fully saturated. At his main, he's not getting any gas income, which is weird because he's got 1,000 minerals and 100 gas. At this point, pull some workers off minerals and get gas, dude. There we go. There, wait, almost, kind of. These drones are just bouncing all over the place. Where are you going? Oh, he tried to do a trick, I think, and fully saturate both of his extractors, but he messed it up. He's got 3 on one, but only 1 on the other guy. Yeah, he's just waiting to die right now. If you are turtled up like this on one base at 20 minutes into the game, you're waiting to die. Send Lings out. Send Overlords out. You don't have the speed, though, do you? No. No speed upgrade at all. I don't know. I feel like Pillas is on death row. He's just waiting for the Executioner to come in and take his stuff down. Chop his head off. Put him in the electric chair. One of those things. Any method of execution you can come up with. That is what Pillas is waiting for. Muta still just unnecessarily losing themselves here. 33 Mutas have died. That's so many Mutalisks and the Sloverlords. Again, okay, look, if you're worried about losing Sloverlords on the edges to Mutas, just put them right over the lair. Just put them right over the lair. That's where the Spore Crawlers are. That's where 8 Spore Crawlers live. It's very difficult for the Mutas to break in there. Stop putting them over here and over here where they're not protected and then running them to the Spore Crawlers when you need to. All right, aPop, you have enough? He's waiting for centrifugal hooks where the Banelings get speed and additional 5 HP. Oh, just popped. Just now popped from 30 to 35. Queens trying to spread creep. Where are you guys going? No, 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 no. You're really exposed out here. I don't... Okay, he's being actively controlled. Are you trying to throw down creep? Oh, he's checking. I guess he was checking for a base. Well, that's one. No, don't engage the Mutas here. Are you trying to bait them back into the spores? Might be baiting them back into the spores, but aPop retreats from that very smartly, recognizing that as a death trap. Why would you want me to go in there? And the answer is, well, obviously so that you die. This is so many dead Mutas. 33 Mutas have died. 15 are still remaining. Still darn near remaining. We've got the Zerg music up. Got the Zerg music going, which is appropriate considering this is a ZVZ. Muscular augments getting researched by Pillas and Mutas. Again, by yourself, you guys, it's really bad. Is that just a scouting push? He just wants to see what's in there? I guess so. Lings, Banelings. Oh, this is interesting. Lings on top of the Spore Crawlers on top of the spawning pool. Banelings on top of the Hydras! Oh, massive Baneling hits. Hydra count is down to 9. Lings on top of the Roaches and the Ravagers. The Mutas need to assist. Need to assist in here, but they're on top of the Spore Crawlers too. Does Pillas gonna win this battle? Holy shamoly, Pillas won the battle. The Mutas are taking so many Spore Crawler hits right now. The Hydra's gonna finish them off too. What? Okay. Suddenly aPop is down to a Mutalisk and 2 Queens, and Pillas still has stuff. He's still got 3 Hydras, 4 Roaches, 3 Ravagers. It's not a huge army. He's like, where do I go? What do I do? I need to get out here and do stuff before the army is repopulated. I mean, aPop is on 4 base. He's got 41 Harvesters, and yes, he's making a million Zerglings. Emergency Lings. When you lose an army like that, the tendency is to make a million Zerglings because you can make them fast, and they're pretty good. They're not always the right choice. They're not always the right use for those resources. More Hydras popping for Pillas here. 10 Banelings, 20 Lings on the way for aPop. I mean, that was a good hold by Pillas, and now he's on the warpath, but does he have enough here? This is a good game. This is a really good ZVZ. I am very happy to be casting it. All right, so this base by aPop, kind of his natural, is going to die. A little bit of stutter step action there from Pillas, which is wonderful to see. Lings rolling in piecemeal for aPop, actually running past piecemeal. Here comes a Ling Baneling attack. Is it enough? Oh, Broodling's there. Did he time that so the Broodling's assisted? Baneling's on top of the Hydras! Oh my god, all the Hydras are dead. All the Hydras are dead. Ravager's dead too. Oh, aPop wins the battle and Pillas taps out. Pillas is defeated and aPop, representing Grandma, is your winner. That final battle though. Crikey. That was amazing. That was great. Just running for their lives from the Banelings, just getting smashed in the face. Alright, so aPop ended up with, at the end of the game, he had a Mutalisk and 22 Lings and 3 Banelings. So not a huge army, but sometimes that's all you need. I mean, Pillas was effectively getting mined out. He had a Hydralisk remaining. He recognized. He saw the writing on the wall. Decided to leave. But 52 Mutas were killed. 52 killed by Pillas in this game. That is so many Mutalisks. In fact, resources lost by aPop here are 21,800, where Pillas is sitting at 19,700. So fewer resources lost, even though he lost the game, just because he killed so many Mutalisks. 3 hatcheries died for aPop. 4 for Pillas here. Everybody's tech structures died. 50 drones were killed by Pillas and 56 by aPop. Fun little ZVZ into the void. Good times. All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of Into the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all on /Falcon Paladin. And until the next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
And so you must run, and it's taken your heart and broken your soul. You cannot go back until you're made whole. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live. You can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, there's a light upon you, and you follow it on. Looking for a reason and a way to atone. All around you, the planets and stars. You're lost in a maelstrom of a great new unknown. And you're running into the void. just a shove. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void. And you're running into the void.